Morning, ladies and gents. So back with another Conquerors Blade video. This time around is going to be a bit of a strategy type video for new houses, older houses, and just whoever else is interested. This is going to be useful if you are a shot caller or if you are not a shot caller as well. So definitely keep sticking around and I am sure you will pick up a thing or two going through this video. Before we get into the video though, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with the latest and greatest of Conquerors Blade. So then, recently we as Immortals have had some absolutely amazing TW fights, really great content, really been enjoying it a lot, and we've got a few more to come as well. There is going to be a bit of footage from some of the recent fights in here. I am not going to be giving anything away. This video is not about actual in-depth strategies or anything like that. It is the kind of principles of TW, what you need to be doing as a house, and what you need to be really pushing to try and get that win. So there is going to be footage from city fights, and there is going to be a bit of footage from village fights as well. I'm going to put a fair bit of kind of overview footage into this video as well, and I'm just going to kind of basically explain kind of things that you want to be pushing as a house and practicing as a house if you want to be scoring those big wins. So firstly, I'm going to cover attack. Attack is obviously what you are going to be doing a lot of the time until you get those fiefs to actually defend. So attacking is a really crucial part of this game, and it is a thing that is very difficult to do, and if you are not well practiced or well versed in it, it is a very easy thing to balls up as well. That is not just from a shot caller's point of view, but that is from just one of the kind of cannon fodder people on the ground. If you balls up, then someone has to pick up your job as well as doing their own job, and it makes it harder and harder. So you want to be playing 110% every single TW. Go into TW with the mindset of, this is a real war. I want to be taking these fiefs. I don't want to be letting my team down, because actually if I cock up, someone sees me cock up, they then cock up, and everybody cocks up, and it all goes into a massive cock up. Nobody scores anything. That is definitely not the place you want to be. Attacking is, if anybody has kind of looked at historical warfare or any strategies like that in the past, then you will know attacking, the 99% of the time people win in attacking by the kind of zerg, by the momentum, by the fact that they do not allow people to set up defensively. I'm talking real war here and actual TW war. It is about making sure that you have such momentum and you are constantly putting the pressure on a defensive team that they do not have the time to kind of group up, sort out their static defenses, counter-attack you, everything like that. You want to be constantly putting the pressure on and making sure that they are getting hounded from different angles, different sides, and different kind of rotations as well. And you are going to be scoring the win fairly rapidly. It is how Blitzkrieg kind of won World War II in the early days of World War II, where actually the Germans went into different countries, and it was just the sheer speed at which that they actually attack things. That does transfer over into the game as well quite well. When I have been on teams and we have launched full-scale attacks, the attacks that seem to always win are the quicker attacks, the dynamic attacks, the ones where you're not just kind of sat around for about 10 minutes trying to fanny around, trying to figure out what you're actually doing. It is a concerted kind of effort of, this is where we're going, this is what we're going to be doing, these are the people that are going to be going there, these are the people that are going to be focusing the arty, that kind of stuff. It is all about that zerg. It's about that what one of my housemates calls monkey balling. If you can get a big group of you, 10, 12, 13 of you, to actually stick together with your units, even just as heroes, but definitely with units, and just rush a certain area, you are going to be an utter force to try and stop. That is going to be a very difficult thing to try and stop. 13 people rushing with a different variety of cavs, infantry, melee units, all the rest of it, is going to be a really difficult thing to stop, and I'm going to be putting a bit of footage up for you right now where I'm actually going to show you the overview of one of our attacking formations from one of the last wars, straight into a zoomed in shot of actually me on the ground and what I did. So hero play is really important, and this is a thing that everybody seems to forget. Riding your horse in TW is so important. If you do not know how to ride your horse properly, which a lot of people don't, because a lot of people don't really play on that horse that much, definitely go away, go into sieges, go into different kind of field battles, bandit raids, whatever. You go into anything and just practice learning how to play your horse properly. That is running around stuff, jumping over objects, jumping over units, running around units, kind of get a feel of how things move in relation to actually what your positioning, where you're going, how your horse actually works, how quick it works, the stamina. Get a really good feel for your horse as well, and you will be able to 9 times out of 10 be able to dodge units, be able to dodge heroes, get around stuff. And with that, if you are running into the back line of somewhere, you are going to have people following you. Well-disciplined teams, that may only be 1 or 2 people. Undisciplined teams, that could be the whole frickin' 15 chasing you because they want to score that hero kill on you. That is what you want. You running back line, yeah, alright, you may be able to sneak a supply point or something like that, but actually it's to draw people away from the front line. So if you can draw 2, 3, 4 people away from the defensive front line, then actually your other 14 dudes that are going to be behind you fighting, they are now only fighting 10, 11 people instead of 15 people. That is a massive advantage in terms of numbers, and that is worth one person running around the back line and causing utter fucking chaos to try and draw people back towards you. Dual blades are very, very good. If you can sneak through a place and then start a back cap on a supply, you will naturally draw 2 or 3 people towards you, and that is how I would suggest especially new houses use their dual blades. While the dual blades are kind of learning their class, how to actually use it properly in TW, they are very, very useful at scoring a back cap like on a supply, which will draw people away from the front line. That starts to actually bring in quite a psychological effect of quite chaos and panic, because people then are worried that they're going to get hit in the butt by different cav or different units. They don't know where that dual blade or whoever has just run behind them as well have gone, because once they're out of view of everybody, they disappear from the map. So they then have to try and find that person all of again, and that's going to cost the defensive team even more people in terms of kind of people that are on the front line. They're going to be running around trying to find this guy at the back that keeps back capping supply points or shutting gates and all that kind of stuff. Really, really useful. Some of the wins that I have definitely scored in TWs have all been down to someone running behind people and drawing like 4 or 5 people away and shutting the gates, so their muster and reinforcements can't actually get to the front line. The amount of times I have seen that work is amazing, and there have been some fantastic dual blades in the past. Every other class can do it, don't get me wrong, but dual blades just are built for it. So if you have dual blades in your house, in your TW teams, use them to their full advantage. Like I said, this starts to go into the kind of psychological aspects of warfare now as well, that actually it is starting to cause a lot of panic and chaos, because especially for the shot caller point of view, they're now going to have to be focused on trying to keep their defensive front line, whilst also trying to make sure that this person in the back isn't going to be capping a supply point or actually stopping their reinforcing mustering. It starts to get very chaotic very, very quick, and only disciplined shot callers will be able to kind of call from that point on. Undisciplined or unexperienced shot callers will panic very, very quickly, and due to their panic, their team will panic as well. The psychological aspect of your shot caller losing his cool, losing his confidence, really hits the team hard. So if you are going into shot calling, if you have been doing it for a little while, if you're not that well experienced in it yet, then one of the main things you need to do is keep your calm. If you are calm, if you are confident, even if you can see it coming tits up, as long as you are coming across as calm and confident to your team, they will stay calm and confident. As soon as you start to actually lose yourself, if you start to lose that feeling of confidence, and it starts to come over the mic, so a lot of ers and ums and all this kind of stuff starts coming through the mic, people will pick up on that psychologically, and they will start to not only doubt your ability in calling that battle, but they will start to worry so much to the point that they will stop listening to you as well. And it's very difficult to bring that team then back to a kind of point where they will listen to you fully. The amount of times I have seen some others actually take over shot calling. When I have seen a shot caller go to pieces like this, is quite a lot. It is very easily done, and that is one thing I would suggest definitely early doors for new TW houses. Have a backup experienced shot caller. Definitely give people experience, give people a chance to prove themselves by all means, but have someone there ready to step up if they need to. I have had to do it recently in houses where actually I thought they would be fine, but it's not. You can just go into certain channels in a TW and you can tell straight away if that shot caller has got the kind of confidence of the team or if they haven't. It's very easy to tell very, very quickly. So that's attack. Attack is all about zerging, it's about momentum, it's about monkey balling, it's about keeping the pressure on a defensive team. Now going into defense. Defense is somewhat easier compared to attack in this game. However, it is not easy in any sense of the word. I say it's easier because actually you kind of know what you need to defend. You have different angles of attack which people can come from, and it's a little bit easier to set up your units so they are ready to kind of pounce onto a certain area if need be. What a mistake a lot of people make is that defenses are static. The static defenses will usually 9 times out of 10 lose a defense because they are stood in one place, whether that be heroes, whether that be units. They are stood in one place and people know exactly where that place is going to be. Attacking teams, if they gain dominance of the walls or if they stick up mortars outside of the walls, they are going to be pounding the shit out of you because they know exactly where you are stood. The best defenses are dynamic, they are moving, they are constantly rotating, and it is really, really useful actually because you start to build up different lines of sight for the shot caller as well. If you are constantly moving on the walls, you can keep those lines of sight all over the place so you will see exactly what is going on wherever. It is very useful. It's also quite good that actually if you have one person kind of stationed one side of the wall and one person stationed the other, to actually have them rotate across paths, and it becomes very confusing then for the attacking team as well, because some attacking teams will be keeping an eye on who's up on the walls, kind of names and everything like that. If they start to see differences in names and different people kind of taking over different spots on quite a rapid basis, they are going to be quite confused as to actually what is going on defensively, which starts to psychologically bring a little bit of doubt into their mind if they are going to win that attack or not. It's really useful as well dynamically to actually keep moving stuff about. How I like to kind of play it, I'm not going to give all my kind of secrets away, but how I like to play it is have a central staging point, and that point will be in close proximity to whatever I need to defend, but I'm going to have stuff moving around on it. I'm not going to have stuff just such as sat on that point. That point will change each battle as well, and I make it very, very clear where I want people to kind of station, because then I can kind of dispatch them from there. And it's easier than having people located all over the fucking map just stood like at certain breaches, chokeholds, gates, wherever. Actually, if I've got people moving about, I can use different people, whatever is needed, and not only is it confusing the enemy, but it's allowing me to actually use the variety of players that I've got a lot better, because I will have different stuff in different places all the time, which is a very, very useful. It's a very difficult thing to learn. It's a very difficult thing to kind of get into your kind of army as well, into your team, but it does work massively. Defensively as well, obviously you are going to be wanting to really hammer home the artillery, so you're talking about your grape shots, definitely your wall rockets, very, very useful. Ballistas sometimes, so the purple and obviously the orange ballistas, very, very useful at certain points, however very, very vulnerable to attack, so you always got to bear in mind where they are getting set up. They are also a freaking nightmare for units to get around, so don't, like I have had recently, be setting up a goddamn siege ballista on a flight of stairs that you can only just fit 2 people down anyway, because you are all going to be getting stuck. That is definitely going to hurt your reinforcements quite a bit, and you are going to have a right nightmare to actually back up wherever you need to back up. Talking defensively as well, your first point that you want to defend is not the most kind of serious. However, use it as a gauge on the attacking team. Use it as well to actually weaken the attacking team. Knowing that actually I can drop this X point if I need to, I want to be doing as much damage as I possibly can to that attacking team, but then actually not killing their heroes. I want to be smashing up their units and really hurting them unit-wise, but I want to be trying to keep the heroes alive, because then they're either going to have to retreat out of battle, or they're going to be running around in battle with no units, which is going to be a massive benefit for me, because I'm going to have 15 people defending with units. People with units, 9 times out of 10, are going to defeat people without units, so definitely keep that in mind as well. I'm going to leave this video here. I have done previous videos on all the shot calling strategy and TWs and everything, but I've not done one for a little while, and I just thought actually I fancied doing one for the kind of how the game is at the minute. Like I said, there was no actual strategies or anything involved in this, it's just the general principles of TW. Definitely go and read Art of War, fantastic book, loads of definitely good tips in there. I would definitely recommend the 36 Stratagems of War as well, definitely go and read that. Both obviously traditional Chinese books, translated for modern day. Some of it is you've got to really think about actually what they're trying to say, but it is some of the stuff in both of those books very, very useful. If you have any books that actually you want to recommend me to read as well, definitely leave those down in the description box, down in the comments below for me. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is kind of for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a shot caller or not. This hopefully should help you, whatever kind of position you are playing in battle. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, then definitely let me know in the comments below as well. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, share this fan-dooby-tastic video around as much as you can. That'd be fantastic, and I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.